Good morning. Let's get this party started. Today is CPI day. We got our CPI data this morning, and it actually came out better than expected. Slightly, but still better than expected, which leads me to believe that we're just going to throw even more uncertainty into the market. So it's not necessarily the greatest thing in the world for the markets anyway. It is good news for you and I. So let's take a look at those numbers real quick. Let me open up there. All right. So along with CPI data, we get some mortgage data today also. And our 30-year mortgage rate did come down. It's at the lowest it's been for quite some time. And I can't even believe that I'm actually saying the lowest that it's been because it is still at 6.67%, which is ridiculous. But that is the 30-year mortgage rate currently 6.67%, came down from 6.73% last month. Mortgage applications way down from last month. Let's see what else. Yeah, that's about it. So, okay, let's talk about our CPI data. CPI month over month, we were expecting 0.3%. Our actual was 0.2%, so slightly better than expectations. Last month was 0.5%, so we're still trending in the right direction. Okay. CPI year over year, we were expecting 2.9%. We got 2.8%. Last month was 3%. Again, still trending in the right direction. Let's talk about core inflation. Core inflation month over month. Expectations was 0.3%. We got 0.2%. Last month was 0.4%, trending in the right direction. Core inflation year over year, 3.2% was the expectation. Today we got 3.1%. Last month's reading was 3.3%. All of the numbers, including core, moving in the right direction. Okay, now there has been all kinds of talks about increased inflation because of the tariffs and this, that, and blah, 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 blah. Well, it isn't showing up in the data yet. Okay, and I want to say yet because it still can. All right. But even if we do get a slight tick up or a pause in inflation because of tariffs and whatever, I don't think that we're going to have this rebound and huge increase in inflation again. I don't think that that's going to happen. Okay. And let's just take a look at history. The last time Trump was in office, he did the same thing that he's doing now, implemented tariffs and all kinds of things on all kinds of countries, and our inflation was almost zero. Okay. Like him or not, and I don't really care whether you do like him or not. Um, the guy's a businessman, and he's a very successful businessman. Like it or not, we need somebody that knows how to run this country like a business so that we can actually start being profitable again. And that's exactly what he's doing. I believe he knows what he's doing. And if you look at what he did last time, it's very similar to what he's doing now. We didn't have inflation last time. And those of you that want to say like, "Oh, we ended his term, his 4-year, term with this much inflation." Yeah, because of COVID. Okay? That's not an excuse you can use blaming him for inflation. We had almost no inflation for his entire term. Um, you know, markets flourished, the economy flourished, and then COVID happened. Yes, everything fucking tanked. Okay, that's an extreme thing that you can't really put blame on anyone for. Um, but we're in a good place. I think we're in a good place. He's doing what needs to be done. my opinion. He's doing what needs to be done. He's making the difficult decisions that need to be made in order to right the wrongs that have been made in this country for a very, very long time. The end. That's enough for me. All right. So that was inflation today. Very good. Not bad. Market liked it. Market moved up on that data. Okay. Now we've slowed down and we're waiting for market open in a minute and a half. Tomorrow, we have PPI data. So if we get similar um, data, that's a good thing. If we continue to get data to align with each other, okay, that's a good thing, right? Now we just have to get over all this fear mongering in the news and whatnot, and we can actually get some decent movement in the market. That would be nice. All right. So looking at the 15-minute chart here, we again moved up past this resistance, which is now a support again. And we continued to move up on the news this morning, which was this candle here. We had a nice push up, a continuation afterwards. Now we're consolidating a little bit. This is the 15-minute chart. So you can see we're doing some consolidation now, waiting for market open. And we got about 45 seconds until market open, and we'll see what happens with that. Right. My mic is working today. Good stuff. Hopefully it sounds okay. I changed a couple settings with it yesterday because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and sometimes that messes me up, but I think we're good. All right, here we go. 5 seconds until market open here. Let's see what kind of reaction we get, especially based on the CPI data that we got this morning. Like I said, market liked it this morning. This was data release right here. Let's see how the rest of the big players think of the data. I'd actually be very interested to see where volatility sits this morning once that updates. So far, this is a much slower moving opening than we've had for the past couple of weeks. Really not a lot of movement going on here. I'd like to say that the market would like to move up on the data today, but because there's still so much uncertainty as to what the administration is doing with these tariffs and all this other stuff, um, that may overweigh the data that we got this morning. I mean, yes, they all came in a little bit better than expected, but really we can call it at expectation, right? Let's not jump, to any big guns here, and let's just say that CPI data came in at expectations. It didn't come in bad. So I think that's fair to say, but I don't think that that one particular thing is going to overweigh the amount of uncertainty that we still have in the market and in the economy. It could, but I don't think it will. Much, much slower movement than what we've been seeing the past couple of weeks with market open. All right. See how this plays out here. Looks like we want to reach for the previous highs here. I would almost rather see it come back down um, to kind of fill this gap here and then move back up. I feel like if we just move right to the news highs, there might be a chance that then we move back the other way. But I could be totally wrong with that, and hopefully I am. Honestly, I don't really care which direction we go as long as we just pick a direction. Let's take a look at this on some larger time frames here. Come on. So here's the 15-minute, which I often like to look at. We are clearly in an uptrend today. Okay, that's the overall trend. We've broken past the previous day highs. That's good. I like that. Still getting some strength to the upside here. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. 1 hour looks good also. Let's see if we can break this resistance that we have here. It's kind of where we're sitting at. It's kind of where the news went up to also. And then we got pushed back down a little bit, though. It wasn't a complete rejection there. So if we can get past this part here from a couple days ago here, I would say we're going back up to this resistance here at just about 20,000, right? We'll see if we can break that. A 4-hour chart. Doesn't look bad. Let's see how we look on the day. Yeah, we'll see. So we got to break these highs here with a nice strong push to the upside in order for uh, me to be looking for longs for the day. I think if we get rejected here, I think we're still looking for shorts. So you still have all kinds of fear mongering going on with the news. Boeing plane prices could increase by millions with tariffs. Yeah, could. Start making your stuff in the US, then you won't have to pay tariffs. EU open to discuss trade imbalances with US. That's it. That's what the whole point of all this stuff is, to bring people to the table. So instead of, all of this, rah, in the news, like let's just let it play out for a little bit and and see what happens. Latest US inflation data gives Fed cover to lower rates, what investors are saying. I don't think that they're going to, though. I think the US inflation data today actually gives them more of a reason to continue to hold. because nothing really has changed. Jobs haven't changed really much. Inflation is still coming down, but slowly. So nothing really has changed, for their environment and what they're looking at in order to say, oh, yeah, we start cutting. I mean, it would be nice if they did. And in my opinion, they should. I just don't think that they will. They are stuck on this, we're in no rush. Um, I don't think that there's any reason for them to be pausing. Everything still is moving in the right direction uh, thus far. Mortgage applications surge as rates drop for a sixth straight week. Hey, look at that. Things are starting to come down, right? You got to give it time. All this stuff isn't just done overnight, you know? You got to let the things work. Futures gain sharply after inflation data. It makes sense. We're trying. We're still in extreme volatility levels, according to the VIX. So still, you know, use caution. Big caution sign. Stay patient. Wait for your entries. Yes, this was another article this morning. Ukraine supposedly has agreed to a ceasefire um, to begin discussions with us. Do, 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 do. China says it's willing to cooperate with the U.S. on fentanyl. No kidding. Gotta let the stuff play out. Gotta let it play out. All right. Let's see. Not much else in the news other than tariff, 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 tariff. I'm kind of over it. How about you guys? Are you over it? I'm over it. Let them play out, you know? Let's see what actually happens. I can't predict the future. Can you? I don't think these news channels can predict the future either. So let's just see. How about everybody just chill out? Let the stuff play out. Still getting rejected up at the top here. Hmm. Starting to get some volume here now. This was a nice push on this candle. Maybe we're going to get enough now to push past these highs. Let's see. So again, I got to see a break above the news high here. Um, and a strong push past that in order for me to start looking for, I mean, really any entry, but for longs. And again, let's just take a look at why. If you come back a couple days ago, we're sitting at of resistance here now, right? So basically, the news ran up to the resistance, got pushed back down. Same thing with the next candle, just about there, got rejected, rejected, and we're still getting rejected in the same area here. So if we can push past the highs here, get past this zone from a couple days ago, then I'd say we have room to run back up 20,000. But until then, I will wait and watch. We're still getting rejection there. So now if we do continue to get rejected here and we continue to push to the downside, I guess the difficult decision is, do we wait for the break in this low here to consider shorts, or do we need to wait for the break um, where the news was, kind of back here? We are definitely getting some selling pressure coming in now. This is what I said earlier, too. I would have rather seen the price push down to where we were before the news and then get a bounce to push up. But the fact that we moved up first kind of told me, at least gave me an idea that we were going to get this pullback here. Because I think, we have some unfilled orders here. I would imagine that this price needs to come back and fill. Um, but we'll see. Where's market open here? 9:30. Right there. We could just be going back to market open also, the New York session here. That could be. So let's actually, while we're here, mark out our 15, which is right there. All right, there's our opening range, 15-minute opening range. All right, it doesn't look terrible there. Moved back down to basically open. All right, let's see what happens here. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. We might be heading back down for 19.5. Maybe as a retest, we broke above. We got some good news. Maybe we need to come down and test 19.5 again and then bounce there, or, we're just kind of stuck in this area here until we get the rest of the data. We do have PPI data coming out tomorrow too, still, and then Michigan sentiment on Friday. So the market's still waiting for data. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some sideways trading today because we have more data. That's how it goes. What do you guys think? Let me know what your opinion is. Where are we headed today? Let me know what your assessment is for the markets. Come on, don't be shy. Where do you think we're headed? Down or up? Well, honestly, not that far away from our 19.5-ish zone here that we continue to um, swing up and down around. We actually pushed past this also, so yeah, I don't know. I think we're moving down. Let's see if we get a retest of the lows here, our 15-minute range. We also actually have this nice area of imbalance here also. So let's see if we can come back into our zone here, retest the 15-minute opening range lows. We didn't close below these lows yet. Looks very strong. Might be pushing back up. Hmm. Just keep in mind that we are still in very high, more coffee, very high volatile conditions. I need more coffee. Hmm. We've broken below these lows. We've wicked below these lows. Hmm. Yeah, I think we're going to take a ride to the downside still. Oh, or not. Yeah, I don't. Okay, we're just going to stay out of that. We're going to leave that alone. I'm not touching that. Oh, goodness gracious. Good thing I didn't get in yet. I was thinking about taking that to the downside, but I wanted to see how this candle was going to close. Clearly, the market said, nope, not an entry. Nope, nope, nope. Goodness, man. This is that shit. This is what I'm talking about. Ugh. Yeah, we got no direction still yet because we just we keep bouncing around. That didn't quite work. It's my daughter's birthday today. 6 years old. I don't even know where those 6 years went. All right. Well, just another sit and watch the market chop all over the place. All right. Yeah, we closed right okay, but this is going to give us our push to the downside here, I think. We just need to figure out a safe place to put the stop loss so we don't get some baloney like this and get taken out. Yeah. All right, let's watch and see if we get a continuation here. If we turn and retest these lows, I might get in there for a continuation to the downside, unless we get a bounce off of uh, these levels here. Honestly, you know what? Let me take a look at this 4 hour candle, Higgs. So we're about to close this 4 hour. And, hmm, see, I don't know. I think, hmm, hmm. See, on the 15-minute, we look like we're curving over. Pushing strong on the 5. Now we're kind of in this no man's land here, though. I'd almost want to wait for it to hit our 19.5 level here and bounce, and then maybe take a long position off of that if it holds. All right. I'm going to take a quick break, everyone. I'll be right back, all right? Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm back. What do you think here? What are you thinking? Push down to where we were right before news came out. A decent bounce off of that. Let's see where these candles ended up closing. Yeah, that still kind of looks bullish to me on the 4 hour. Close there. Yeah. That's a big push back there. Yeah, we don't really have anything for an entry here. We don't know what direction this is going to go. We know nothing. Oh boy, look at that. So this candle came down and grabbed all these stop losses here. Nice pushback up here. Looks like we just needed to come back down and grab. Like I said, we needed to fill these orders here that were left behind with this big jump um, with the news here. So this all makes sense here. Nice little liquidity grab with this candle here, taking out all these stop losses down here. Let's see if we get a continuation up to the upside here. I'm not seeing any really good areas of imbalance left behind yet. I'd like to see us break above where we are now. So let's just continue to be patient here and wait for a good entry. All right, that looks nice. That didn't. This is volatility here. You know, we're still in extreme volatility conditions, so you get these wild movements here. It is especially important in times like these that you wait for candle closes. We have a teeny tiny area of imbalance here. After breaking previous structure, 1, 2, 3 bullish candles with a little area of imbalance here. We look like we want to continue pushing up, but honestly, this is showing me now, you know, range trading. Again, we just entered a range that we may trade in for the day. Even if we peak above and below, it you know it's not giving you any real good entries here, safe entries, I should say, especially with these wild movements. And it's to be expected. You know, we have PPI data and then Michigan consumer sentiment on Friday. So, you know, hmm. I almost want to take this to the downside, but these wicked movements that we get, take your stop loss out in a half a second and then continue moving in the direction that you planned. What's holding me back here is the 4 hour chart. The 4 hour chart looks bullish. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. It's crazy movements here. Yeah. I just don't trust that we're not going to shoot right back up, because we're, again, in no man's land here in this range. And I don't know that I want to take that chance. I'm going to say that that's invalid now. If we can break these here, then I'd be a little bit more convinced. But now the thing is, we just don't have a lot of room now because we have this 19.5 support that we may just bounce off of, or really anywhere in this area we could bounce and head back up. So there really isn't much to get into right now with this structure here. We're still getting support right here, actually. Hmm. Just not giving me any really good, safe entries. We could take a chance and take a long here, but that's really not my style of trading because, honestly, like, where is it going? Are we going back up to here? Are we just going to go to here and then swing back down? There's no uh, very clear target. Um, yeah, there's no clear direction. For me, I got to stay out. This doesn't give me anything. Mm. I was expecting, honestly, today to be, even tomorrow might be days that I don't trade because of the data and the volatility. It makes sense. I was prepared for it. I was expecting it. So I'd rather I'd rather stay cash and keep my account where it's at versus try to take something that's highly risky at this point, just to make a buck. It's not worth it. I'm curious what's coming out next week. So we have FOMCs next week. That's what I thought. That's why I wanted to look. Yeah. All right. So we have FOMC next week on Wednesday. I will be going live both in the morning and for the press conference. Mm. It's just where we're at right now with uncertainty and economic things going on and all this stuff. We're trying to figure out where everything's headed, and um, it's just going to be a volatile time. So better off staying cash if you're not very, very uh, confident in the trade, and just wait for all this stuff to settle down. And then, you can make some really decent money once the market figures out where it wants to go. Up or down makes no difference. But this choppiness here, it's not an environment that is safe to trade in, really. I'm gonna take another break here. I'm gonna grab some water and I'll be back. All right. Still getting nowhere here in the market. There we go. Getting a little push to the downside now here. Maybe. Still nothing we can enter on. And the problem with entering somewhere here now is we don't have that far to go because, like once again, we have this support here at 19.5. So, and we don't know if this is going to hold or if it's not going to hold. So, your RR here is not worth it's not worth it. So, it is a nice strong push below these lows here, strong close, decent volume on all of these here. Yeah, I'd say we're definitely headed for the support here for today. I think at this point, we wait to see what kind of price action we get down here, whether we're going to get a bounce. This would be a safer play, to get into kind of either direction, depending on what kind of price action we get down here. So, All right, let's see. Let's see what kind of price action we get off of this support here at 19.5 ish, and we'll make a try to make a little plan based off of that. Otherwise, I think I might be done for today. There's only so much chop you can sit here and watch, right? Set some alerts. Go enjoy the day. Um, this market structure here is crappy. Hopefully, we can. We'll see what kind of price action we get here. Ideally, what I would like to see is either a bounce here, or if we push down below, a retest, and then maybe take that further to the downside. But, you know, we shall see. Getting a little bounce here. Yeah, we are getting some support here. Right at that 19.5 seems to be a psychological number here. Makes sense. Getting a little push below it now. See if that maintains. Mm, We are at 199 subscribers. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're still waiting for this to react here, whether it's going to push past this support or if we're going to get a bounce off of it. Price action is still undecided. So, honestly, even if we get a good push past here, I'd like to see a retest because, I don't want to get caught in some liquidity grab here before it continues pushing back up to the upside, which often happens. So, whichever direction this ends up going, I got to see some confirmation one way or another. Not too confident in getting a trade in today, to be honest with you. Market structure is real shitty. We got data coming out still tomorrow and Friday. FOMC meeting next week. The volatility continues. Normal volatility is nice. That's how we trade, right? But this extreme volatility that we've been sitting in for weeks is boring. Boring. That's how they get you. It's definitely not. I mean, we're definitely getting some support here. It's not the strongest bounce off of it. It's not exactly what I would like to see to give me some real kind of, yep, we're moving back to the upside here. Um, we're kind of just hanging out in this support zone here now. Let's take a look at the other time frames quick. Yeah, I mean, nice pushback down to the support, but again, hmm, where are we headed? That is the question. Hmm. I almost want to say that this is our little pullback that you would expect after these downside uh, moves. And maybe we have some more. It's kind of what we've been getting, right? We got our little pullback here, strong push down, consolidation, another strong push down. Is this our pullback here and we're going to get another leg down to 19,000? I'm pretty sure, was it Goldman Sachs just reduced their price target for the S&P 500? I don't know. It might have some more downside. Hmm. This is interesting here. This might be the push that we need to continue lower. We pushed back up. We did not break the structure here. Strong rejection there right afterwards. Yeah. Hmm. I actually like the fact that we had this little push to the upside before getting a strong push down. That tells me we're less likely to get a liquidity grab down here because this might have been your liquidity grab to continue to move down. Uh, it's not to say that I'm not saying that that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm just saying I like that we got this move instead of bouncing around here and then getting a push down. This is a little bit more confirmation that we might actually continue to the downside here. Let's see. We got a lot of room to run here. I would imagine that if this support doesn't hold, we might be moving down to our next support, which is at 19,000. That would be the next leg down if that's where we're headed. Let's see here. We got, yeah, just about a minute left for this 1 hour candle to close. Let's see if we get a push and this closes to the downside here. Same with this 15-minute, right? If we get a good push here in the next minute, this last minute, um, that would definitely be a good signal that we have some downside continuation. Okay, that's good enough for me. Nice push to the downside here with this 15-minute right down to the support. Um, about a 50% retracement there. Strong push and close down below the support. So once again, now this becomes resistance, which is it's been, you know. So yeah, I mean, I don't think that we're gonna get our move, um, you know, past all of this structure today. But if this continues to hold, I think our next long term over the next, you know, couple of days anyway, target would be 19,000 for the Nasdaq. But we have data tomorrow. We have Michigan consumer sentiment on Friday. I don't believe that we would make that move probably before then. I think we're going to get more, you know, consolidation around this support slash resistance, whatever it feels like being in the moment, uh, before we get, a move one way or another. So it's real hard to kind of look for targets when we're getting this sideways movement because market's waiting for data. When there's such high uncertainty in the market, it definitely wants more data to come out. And even with all this, like CPI data today was good, slightly better than expected, but the the level of uncertainty in the market because of the economic stuff going on, like the tariffs and everything else, I think is a little bit higher than, getting one decent inflation report. Honestly, the inflation reports have been going in this direction for quite some time now. So that's nothing new. It's not surprising for the market. So we'll see here. Yeah, I like the move here. Again, it's just where are we going, And do we have enough to make a decent enough move to get a good trade in? That's the question. I think if we do end up moving back up and retesting the resistance now, um, and we get a good uh, rejection off of it, I may at that point look at taking a short. Um, I don't know that unless I get some kind of A plus setup down here, um, I'm not sure that I'd be taking anything other than that. We're still not leaving any imbalances behind here. So I think that's my plan, honestly, for the day. So I'm going to call it for today, guys. I'm going to continue to watch the market a little bit longer and see if any of these plans play out. If they don't, then I stay out of the market today, and that's okay. Keep my account where it's at. And then tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow we have PPI data coming out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. I will let you guys know in the Discord what those numbers end up being, and I'll see you guys tomorrow before market open on the channel. I appreciate you all. Subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share, do all those things, and don't forget to join the Discord. Link is in the description. Have a great day. Stay green.